Hello everyone! Instead of putting it off, I'm going to do my nail care video today in pieces, regardless of my new attacked cat scratches. Scared my kitty Sushi today, and he got me good. He's also very sad that he hurt his mama. Since I'm outside, I'm going to be splicing these together and editing them for the first time. I wanted to talk about nail care, and um, my nails split and chip and peel. They always have. So, um, reports of Color Street creating these issues, to me, I couldn't verify because my nails have always done that. For the first time, I think they're looking pretty good because they're actually getting a little bit longer. Don't have very thick nails, they're not really strong. But I've been quizzing people and trying different things for nail health. And what I've concluded is some people who didn't ever have peeling, Color Street wearing it has actually done that. And that's because their nails are drying out. They're getting dry because the Color Street nails stay on so long, and they're not using a cuticle oil. They're not using a hard as hoof cream, which is one of my favorite new things. I've just started adding some of these things to my nail regimen. The other thing is taking the strips off, putting, not using them for a full 2 weeks. I like getting 2 weeks out of my Color Street sets. Like, that makes me feel like I've gotten a lot of value for my dollar. So just coming up with alternative ways of nail health, because like the hard as hoof, you can put on a couple times a day, and you put it on over your Color Street nail, and it's still going to get through and moisten those nails, your nail beds, and your cuticles, which is all good for preventing the splitting and the chipping and the peeling. So this is the first thing I wanted to show you today. After I put it on, you can noticeably tell on my bare nails, because I took my Color Street strips off last night, and it's not focusing that well, but it kind of soaks in, and so I'm going to spend the day trying to get a few layers on. I've never really been that concerned about my nail health because they broke and they split and they peeled, and so I just clipped them. I love having pretty nails, so I'm spending my extra time to get them a little bit stronger, get them a little bit longer, because I want my nails strips to have more nail to be attached to, because I'm just loving my nails, and I'm loving having pretty nails without going to the salon and getting them done. I did tips and overlays of acrylic for years and years and years, and my nails always were wrecked, because that's all about dehydrating your nail so that your acrylic adheres into your nail and doesn't pop off or lift. What I especially like about Color Street is you take care of your nails and you have longer nails. You can have pretty nails, and in between not having them polished, you can still have a good healthy nail because the Color Street isn't damaging them. So, tip number 2 in nail health is a buffing block. I've been using these for at least 20-25 years, and you'll have a rough file side and a buff side and a polish and then a shine. They might not be labeled. I basically don't use the roughest file coarse side. Even if I have a chip on my nail, I would use mostly the buff because it's a really fine grate. I almost always use the glass nail file since it seals the cuticles together and prevents the peeling and chipping. But I'm hard pressed. I very rarely use the coarsest side of any nail block at all. Well, since I have a rough spot, I was going to do it. Big important thing about this is we're not spending a lot of time. We're not trying to take a layer of your nail off. That's why I don't hardly use the two coarsest. But I'm a big fan of the polish and the buff. And the polish, I kind of just, get right in there, get it moving really good. The great thing about the buffing blocks is they will seal and shine your nails amazing. That's why I've used them off and on for a very long time, and why they helped with me and my peeling is they actually seal the nails together in a way, and it brings some of the oils to the surface. So when you're done, you end up with a super shiny nail that looks like you just put on top coat, like a shiny top coat. And that's just from using the buffing block. And the biggest and most important part of a buffing block is the shine side, or the one that just feels kind of like nothing. And you can't really tell, but I have a super shiny nail by comparison. Maybe you can tell there. But this is a step that I do in between. Another important thing about is your cuticles and nail health is when you have a hangnail, you have that little thing sticking out, you want to clip it with your cuticle clippers. You don't want to be pulling on that. That's just going to create more issues and maybe compromise some of your nail bed and how the cuticle protects and helps that nail grow stronger and better. If you see, I got a little bit more shine, and I did that just from the super shiny side. I only polish and shine basically all my nails for the most part, and that's the next tip. Okay, next tip. In addition to the hardest hooves, I started first with just a regular cuticle oil pen. This is the type I have currently. I love this kind because it has a built-in brush, and you just twist it and the oil loads into the brush. It's easy to carry in your purse, and again, it's one of those things daily. You're adding moisture to your nails to prevent the drying, peeling, cracking from keeping them wrapped with your color street sets. So I think that's as long of a tip. I do usually avoid using the cuticle oil and the hardest hoof just the day after, like the day that I put my set on. I'm usually one to put my set on at night, wrap it around the edges of my nails, and the next morning do the little bit of filing and removal of the excess. Because then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think that I'm going to have to put my hands in water. I'm not going to think about what I'm going to need to do or avoid doing with my kids, even if it's only for 30 to 40 minutes. But there you go, one more tip. Another important thing about nail health, it's good to have a glass nail file because it actually seals the layers on the edge of your nail together. And even though I've heard both ways that you shouldn't saw, of course you don't want to saw your nail, you want to be filing in it in one direction. With the glass nails, they say that you can do the seesaw back and forth. I still don't. I still will do one direction, one direction, one direction, but I will come back and go the other direction as well. The idea of the seesaw motion is friction and just the physics of it. You don't want to be roughing up your nail. You're trying to seal that end. You're trying to just get rid of that little chip that you had and do it the best you can. Other important thing to remember is with your cuticles, before you're putting on your set or in between your sets, you're going to be wanting to push your cuticles down. Do not do that with dry and cold cuticles. Soak them in just warm water, a little warm Dawn water I do before I put on my set, push back my cuticles, because you want that moist and you want that wet and soft when you push it down for the best care of your nail health again. So And the Dawn is a good way to get that surface oil off of your nail right before you put your set on. That's why if you're doing a lot of dishes, you're going to have more splitting and dry spots if you're not properly moisturizing with a cream and cuticle oils. So along with your nail health, you want to make sure you have healthy nails so that your color street has more of a larger, bigger canvas to look pretty on. And in between, that they're healthy and they're not hurting or breaking. And whether you ever buy a set of color street nails from me or not, I want you to have healthy nails. And if you enjoy looking at nails and the pictures of nails, that's really cool. And I became a color street stylist to get a Ganga deal, and then I've continued because it's been so much fun sharing, and definitely want everybody to have all of the information that I possibly have collected through the time of reading through other people's suggestions and blogs and all kinds of stuff. I'm always open to learning more. I like to understand whatever I'm doing to the best of my ability. So I'm always going to be doing research, probably on nails, for as long as I'm doing Color Street, because I want to have the healthiest, prettiest, largest canvases that I can without it being too hard. Because let's face it, we're all busy. I got 2 kids I'm running around after. I don't have time to do 2 or 3 hours worth of stuff to my nails. But if it's 2 or 3 minutes, or if it's a cream that I keep at my desk or next to my favorite chair in the living room, that's things that I'm going to actually be able to do. So hopefully this is going to be helpful in getting your nail health game a little bit better. And I have to thank all of the people who've given me a lot of good suggestions. Oh my goodness, not nail health related, but I just got this great message from one of my friends in the group, and she was showing or sent a little link of the little bag sealers. Those bag sealers are awesome for resealing your strips too. I love that everybody is sharing ideas and thoughts. Please remember to share them to my Facebook nail group page too, because if you like them for your strips, somebody else probably will too. And I was telling her that I use my flat iron, I use my clothes iron, I use my food saver, and I've tried it with a lighter and pinching it together. I've tried all the different ways to seal my nail strips, including the little bag sealer that's just like battery operated that are super cool too, and great for resealing your bags of chips. But the fun part is whatever you have, you can use. Whatever's easy to grab and use is important to just get your nails strips resealed in between in between using them. And side point, that is not endorsed by Color Street Corporate. So I am not recommending or guaranteeing your results of resealing your sets of strips of nails. That's just what I personally do. Okay, next step in nail health, I'm adding this to my regimen. It's Nail Envy by OPI, the original formula. I put 1 thin layer on because I plan on putting it under my Color Street set that I'm going to apply later today. Some people only use it in between, and you put 2 coats on and then like a coat the next day. It's a keratin style nail strengthener. The only caveat with using this underneath your Color Street is that you cannot stick and then lift and then reposition it. It will peel off the Nail Envy. It gets really stuck to this. So a lot of people also put it on the day before they apply their strips so that it's cured a little bit more. I mean, it's already completely dry, and I did do a very thin layer. This will be my first time actually putting it underneath the Color Street. Just trying things out, seeing if it makes them last longer, be healthier, not have anything. Again, I'm not real unhappy at all. Actually, I'm not unhappy at all. I think that my nails have looked really are looking good in between my nail sets because they have a little bit of length to them. My nails don't really get much longer than this on their own. Thank you for watching my video, all the little splices. Hopefully that helped you with some of your nail care plans. Please tell me any of your nail health practices that might be helpful to me and the other people in the group. So thanks for watching.